under pressure. They want to get it to Doolittle. 5 on the shot clock. Do has 2 to beat. He can't make it go. United get the ball. No, they don't. Victor Lady, brilliant. Doyle, the pass forward. Krebs will grab it. United will steal victory. An inspirational last minute of basketball from the visitors.
Both of these teams coming off thrilling games, and will we get a repeat here? The New Zealand Breakers and Melbourne United do battle at Spark Arena, where the jostling for playoff position takes centre stage. Melbourne United coming off 3 consecutive victories, looking to snatch that top 4 and cement their place in the upper order. The New Zealand Breakers, well, they're fighting for 6th, and a win here will go a long, long way to putting them well in contention at the pointy end of the ladder. Damon Lowry, as we have a look at the Mitsubishi Motors standings, there is a lot to play for on both sides of the floor tonight.
Felix, my man, the Mitsubishi Motors ladder never disappoints. Every year it provides intrigue and drama. I'm not quite sure who really wants this 6th spot, although I feel like Tasmania does. We'll see how hard New Zealand comes out as we look at that race to the finals.
At times it feels like neither team wants to end up in 6th at the moment. Tassie riddled with injury. New Zealand, no Sam Menenga for the rest of the season. Will it be your Illawarra Hawks that do a Stephen Bradbury?
Or will Tasmania just win one more game to just about seal the deal?
Well, for New Zealand, Sam Menenga, their superstar centre, having the season of his career, unfortunately, ruled out with injury 6 to 8 weeks, which does spell the rest of the season.
Literally a tough break for Sam Menenga and the Breakers, and this was such an accident. No malice intended by Zyler Cheatham. It just happens, unfortunately, and to Sam's credit, he finished the game. Unlucky to lose that game, too, but yeah, that's a tough blow. But Sam's got to get himself right, because he's going to be the hottest free agent in basketball next season.
He certainly will be. Biggs, very hard to come by at this level. There'll be a lot of leagues playing for his trade. But Karim Lopez, por favor, en fuego of late.
Mi amigo from Hermosillo, Mexico. Kareem is balling out of control right now, because that NBA June draft is fast approaching. He gave the Adelaide 36ers all they could handle, man. I love it when he gets down inside the key. 21 points, 11 boards, and just acting like a grown man, even though he is not one of those.
Plays well above his years, the head on his shoulders. Much like a professional that's been doing this a lot longer than he has. What a career he's got ahead of him, and we've still got a few more games left of him here, including the Ignite Cup final. Would you have a look at that?
Look at these numbers.
That is some special
Look at them youngins. When Drury was a youngin, he did that twice, getting a 20 and 10. LaMelo Ball, we all know what he went on to do. He did it twice. Will Kareem does he have one more of those in him? I believe so.
He's got more than one. He's got a full career left of those. But let's go to Melbourne United, because they are buoyed by the return. Since round 13, he hasn't taken part. Shea Illy, one of the most important members of their team.
And we're talking about all these teams that have a lot of players out. What a welcome addition, a great in for Melbourne United. Yeah, we all miss Shea. Basketball fans miss Shea. He's going to come back and provide them with some leadership, some defensive bite.
And it's all in the numbers right there. That's just not feel, that's data. With Shea on court, 80 and 38 and just 500 when he doesn't take part. But let's talk about Jesse Edwards, because he's a guy that's been of much contention throughout the year. He's had some great games and he's had some poor games, but it looks like, especially over the last 3 games, Dean Vickerman's finding out just the right way to use it.
I firmly believe in the big pterodactyl from the Netherlands. 18 points and 17 boards against Perth last game. He picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter, but after that, he was a man-child. Look at his work he's giving JLA. That's kind of too easy a little bit, but this is what he's capable of. I don't believe he can be guarded down around the basket, and as long as he stays out of foul trouble, I'm expecting another monster game.
And you'd expect him to go down there with no Sam Menenga, just Rob Lowe playing his trade at the centre position for the Breakers. They're going to be up against it with Jesse Edwards. But let's go courtside to Cam Glidden, who surely you're going to be a bit excited, because your good mate Tom Abercrombie, one of the best Breakers of all time, getting his jersey hung in the rafters post-game.
Yeah, cheers and good evening, boys. You're exactly right, Felix. Real big honour for Tom Abercrombie, obviously, but even for me, being a past competitor, past teammate, watching his jersey go up to the rafters where it should be is going to be very emotional. But out with the old, in with the new. Too much about Tom. Let's talk about Kareem Lopez and Dash Daniels, the next star matchup, both in the starting lineup tonight. They both help their team in different ways. Dash, that up-court pressure. Lopez using his length and strength to get to the rim, but enjoy it while you can. I think they're both going to be gone very soon in the NBA.
They're going to make a whole lot of money as well. Thank you, Cam. And how was the insertion? There, he was talking about Tom Abercrombie, special moment.
And he's sitting there courtside.
A master insertion there. Parker Jackson Cartwright, Karim Lopez, Isaiah Brockington, Ruben Tarangi, and Rob Lowe will replace Sam Meninga in the starting five. He can knock it down from outside. It'll be a different look for the Breakers, but they might need it against the red-hot United. CG43, Tyson Walker, Dash Daniels, Finn Delaney, and Tyson Walker will round out the starting five as we get underway. Plenty to play for with both teams. As expected, Edwards the target down low early.
Oh, wow.
And expect to see a lot of that.
How polished is he? Everybody thought early in the season, you know, he's just a rim protector. He's just a lob threat. Look at his post work. Beautiful drop step with the left-hand finish.
Brockington works off the low screen. We expect a lot of pick and pop action there. Gets the early two to go.
And you got to feel, too, Felix, with no Rob Baker II, no Sam Meninga, that is close to 40 points gone. So Parker Jackson Cartwright, Isaiah Brockington got more heavy lifting to do.
And how's this for a stat? The last 15 times that Sam Meninga has scored less than 10 points, the New Zealand Breakers are 0-15, and he certainly won't be scoring 10 tonight.
That is not good.
Ball gets wrestled back there on the rebound from Lopez.
Kareem's got to stay out of foul trouble because, like I said, with those two forwards out, the minutes Rob Lowe, he's going to fatigue at some point. Rob Lowe will not finish this game with 0 fouls neither, by the way. Let's just be clear about that.
And Rob Lowe was retired all of 2 seasons ago. Comes back with Melbourne United, plays a key part in their season, and has just decided to keep it rolling, and we're better for it. Nice pass out from PJC. Cash from the corner, Karim Lopez.
That is a hell of a matchup on speed. Tyson Walker and PJC, two of the fastest guys in the league. And Kareem knocked down that triple, but then just went down and got a foul. As we check the Amy replay, these are two speedsters right here. Kareem Lopez must be severely respected on the three-point line.
They've counted that one just as a 2-pointer, foot on the line for Lopez as CG43 steps back off the front iron. Some next star on next star violence there. It looked to be.
It was bound to happen.
Not a huge amount of contact, but a lot of acrobatics.
Dash isn't playing a whole lot of minutes. He's getting about 15 a game, but this is more to bring Milton Doyle off the bench. Let Milton Doyle maybe have a look at that second unit, get him rhythm going, being a second unit scorer. So whatever Dash gives in these early stages is gravy.
BJC up top, 10 seconds on the shot clock, finds his way through too quick. And Delaney just too strong through the middle of the paint.
2 full-court layups, pretty much.
BJC, of course, looking back to the last time these teams met, almost had a triple-double. Rob Lowe can't convert his first attempt from outside.
Don't seem that long ago, Felix, we called that game, New Zealand and Melbourne, when Chris Goldie hit the dagger 3-ball for the win. It was about this time of year.
Edwards, who stuffs it the wrong way. A little too much front iron on that one from Edwards. Lopez gets the one-on-one against Dash Daniels. And well guarded by Dash on the last 2 possessions. Brockington from 3. Can't convert, good board by Edwards.
I would like to see Kareem, instead of trying to shake and bake Dash, just crab dribble, just bagging down.
Golding, nice pass to Edwards. Good finish.
Great penetration by CG. And the long arm of the law. Anytime he gets around the basket, man, Jesse Edwards is a handful.
Jesse Edwards looking particularly long as well against the undersized and undermanned Breakers lineup. Max Darling getting ready to check into the game, who has played some really good minutes this year.
He was on fire last game against Adelaide from the 3-point line. the masked man, the masked Maximus.
The Breakers had to get a custom mask fitted over the Christmas break as well in order for him to play after getting a facial injury. Tarangi converts.
And Ruben Tarangi, that's good to see because he knocked down a couple triples in his last game against Adelaide, and his form's been up and down all season.
Edwards again, the focal point, well guarded by Darling.
Jesse's like, oh, so you're just gonna let him just push me out of bounds? You gotta get a deeper post catch though, Jesse.
Melbourne United coming off 3 straight wins after a horror stretch. Started the season 9-0 and just fell off the cliff. Tarangi, can he go back-to-back? Front iron.
Jesse got to be careful bringing that ball down around. You know who? The thievingest thief in New Zealand, Parker Jackson Cartwright.
Did you say thievingest?
The thievingest thief. Is that a word? It is now.
It is now. Sometimes you pull out some of those Spanish verbs, I'm not sure.
See, that's deep off the block for mine.
Edwards guarded by Darling. Finds the wide open shooter in Walker, who clanks it off the backboard. CG 43 from deep.
Jesse's height is not an advantage on Max Darling because he's posting up too far as Kareem in transition, showing that he can finish with contact.
Max Darling just getting a bit of handsy on the roll.
Initiated the contact. No foul. Just still got to be able to finish those. Soft touch around the paint.
And it's something that's really come a long way in his game across his time in the NBL, is that finishing ability. He's always been able to get there, but his efficiency around the rim has really improved. Doyle into the game, finds his teammate. Lopez with a deep floater. Silky. Feathery, I think the kids call it on TikTok.
He is showing quite the arsenal. 3-ball, layup, floater.
There's a lot of elements of his game as well that will be better in the NBA than they are in the lack of spacing here in the NBL. And one from Kyle Bowen.
What do you make of Milton Doyle coming off the bench? Is this something you want to stay with? I mean, they haven't lost, so I guess if it's not broke, you don't try to fix it.
The way Melbourne United, the trajectory of their season was going previously. Now, while it wasn't Milton Doyle's fault, sometimes just moving the chess pieces around can give you a different look, and it's working right now. Bowen can't complete. Lopez can pass. Plenty of license at Brockington with one of the ugliest finishes of the season, but it doesn't matter.
Isaiah know he's supposed to dunk that.
I think he tried to.
Good baseline cut and great dime.
Bowen tries to get a little too tricky with it. Nice pass over the top to Rob Lowe. As easy as you like. Someone who won't be dunking it down there. Rob Lowe.
Hey, Cam, things are looking pretty good for the Breakers, minus Sam and Rob Baker the second. How do you see it?
Looking good. Rob Lowe just playing a nice little role there. I think sometimes when Rob Lowe comes on for those small minutes when Sam Menenga's healthy, sometimes he tries to do a little bit too much. But now knowing that he's probably got 30 minutes in the chamber, he's playing really well and facilitating well too.
Thank you, Cam. We brought up that stat earlier. That is still mind-boggling about the players at 18 years old. Andrew Gaze, Kareem Lopez, and LaMelo Ball. That is some serious company to be in. And you know these sort of guys, they're not only just on-court guys, they're off-court, they're trendsetters, stylists. And all of them have really set the tone when it comes to fashion. We look at that. Lopez, the shades on the soccer jersey, LaMelo. They call it fashion, I don't know what it is. But my man, Andrew Gaze, talk about leading from the front.
Oh, Drewy. And I tell you, the audacity of Andrew Gaze to drop 42 points as an 18-year-old.
And the fact that he didn't have a sunscreen sponsor across his entire career, getting the pins out like that, he would have been in trouble if they had outdoor games, open roof games back in his day.
And once Kareem signs his contract like LaMelo did, we might see him a little bit more iced out.
There does seem to be an increase in jewelry once people sign these big contracts, but there is a lot of money coming for that young man, a lot of success as well, because all the reports coming out of that New Zealand camp is that he's just a pleasure to deal with, puts his head down. Exactly what you want to see from someone who's got the whole world ahead of him. Krislovic works his way into the paint. Hard foul by Tarangi, nothing untoward.
Now, Ruben Tarangi is going to make you earn it, but they just have to be careful because depth in the forward position. Carlton Davidson, Max Darling, those are the only other two big guys. And Ruben's checking out. There's only other two big guys. They have to protect themselves.
Now don't forget, the NBL is proud to celebrate Pride Round returning this season as we continue our commitment to inclusion and celebrating diversity across basketball. Now in its 4th year, Pride Round is about meaningful allyship across Pride Round. Clubs and players will come together and deliver inclusion-focused activations that reflect their local communities, united by one message: everyone belongs in basketball. So get involved. Scan that QR code. You could win one of 3 Pride Round jerseys, Damon. I know you like a bit of colour in your clothing. Some of the teams have really gone all out there this year.
Oh, my closet is very flamboyant. I like the bright stuff.
I like the scoreboard as well down low. That's been one of my favourite features of Pride Round. 7-point lead to the Breakers. Lowe left wide open on the 3-point line. 0 of 2 for him to start the game.
He's going to do a lot of picking and popping, Rob Lowe, to try to get some 3 balls going.
Well, that's the different look that you get with no Menenga versus Rob Lowe in there. CG43 turns down the 3-point look and just blows the bunny.
Chris is coming off a game in his this would be his 501st game. He only had the 3 points in his 500th, and he's already started off this game 0 for 4, missing that bunny.
But the danger for teams with CG43 is he's had plenty of games where he might be sitting 0 for 6, 0 for 7, and he lights up a quarter. There is no conscience on him. In his mind, he's 3 for 3.
Oh, you know we're not worried at all about this man's work. And Shea Illy checks in for the first time in quite a while.
First time since round 13. Shea Illy checks into the game for Melbourne United. BGC pulls up. Cash.
The patented Parker mid-range pull-up.
And Parker just looking to apply the pressure. The early going there, but unfortunately it'll lead to bonus 2.
Bad foul. Parker's got to pick his times better than that. 9-point lead. And then you just send Shea to the line straight away. It's undisciplined plays like this that kind of comes up from time to time, all too often.
Rockington checking out of the game. In a purple patch himself after starting the season under a bit of duress after a good blitz.
I think Dean Vickerman, too, this is a welcome road trip. They have a good road win in Perth. You just know they just got closer as a team. It's wins like that on the road that brings a group closer together. And I feel like Melbourne United could be turning the corner.
Well, you'd always expect it was going to come up. The start they had, the roster they've got, they weren't going to spend the whole season lamenting. Lopez, 8 seconds on the shot clock. Draws the contact against Tanner Krebs.
Kareem's wingspan is so long. You can just see on that dribble right then. He can put the ball out there so wide. Quick between the legs dribble. Draws a foul off Tanner Krebs. And that's only going to get better.
Still only 18 years old. PJC loses the dribble. Webster will come up with it, but not before he steps out of bounds.
Sloppy turnover once again. Ty Webster checks in. This time, the Breakers we've seen all season, Felix, sometimes they can just get in their own way.
The Breakers have probably been one of the hardest teams to predict throughout NBL26. They can take on the best when they're on, but they can lose to anyone when they're off. Bowen from the outside, front rim. PJC open in the break, zooms through, and nice tough finish over the taller Doyle.
As soon as Carter Davison kicked it out, we all knew what was going to happen. Parker's going to put it in fourth gear, go get himself a layup.
Jesse Edwards still on the bench for Melbourne United. Krebs knocks one down from outside.
Set.
Webster. Davison threads the needle. Multiple players on the floor, and who comes up with it? You guessed it. Shea Ili, as it so often is.
And like, this is a play. I'm harping on it because New Zealand are making me harp on it. You're trying to thread the needle to Parker going backdoor. Turns into a turnover. You're already in the bonus, and Shea Ili comes out of the scrum with the ball, and Carter Davison fouls him. So they walk 75 feet to go shoot 2 easy free throws.
You are not wrong. He didn't do it.
Shea Ili really just picking up where he's left off his entire career. He's been dealt some pretty cruel blows through concussion and various other lower body injuries. But back in, drawn 2 fouls, got himself to the line twice.
And he didn't hesitate to get on the floor for that loose ball.
Which is remarkable considering what the stakes are if he does, which we touch wood, was to cop another knock. He is still the first guy to jump on the floor every single time, and you can see why this Melbourne United group values him so much.
Sean Bairstow checks in for Kareem Lopez. Not that the youngster needs any cansado. That's rest in Spanish.
I was wondering. Bairstow works, ducks, weaves. Finds low on the perimeter. He'll load a heavily contested one up and bank it in.
Disco Rob, he'll take it however he can get it off the glass.
And sometimes he'd missed his previous 2. Sometimes you just got to find any way to see one go in. Davison. Nice finish by Webster.
Melbourne United have allowed 26 points already with 1.5 minutes to go. This is uncharacteristic defensively.
Certainly not over their last 3 games.
Yeah, to a depleted New Zealand team.
Krislovic works, steps through, draws the contact, and one. Fabian Krislovic, former jack jumper, lands himself in Melbourne, and he's had a very, very promising season as a backup big, occasionally getting a start.
He's trustworthy. He does all the little things.
Doesn't play outside of himself.
Never. Honest on the post defense, can stretch the floor with his 3-point shooting. And his intelligence might be his biggest asset.
Certainly.
We're good.
Jesse Edwards back into the game. Melbourne United have the clear front line advantage with no Sam Menenga. Brockington pressured in the backcourt, gets it over, almost sends it back. And Shea Ili works him. Davison finds Bairstow. Breakers struggling to break past this defense. Pulls up from deep. Can't get it. Nice board from Brockington. The hang time in the bucket.
Great offensive rebound by Isaiah. Sean Bairstow reluctantly eventually shot the 3. I'd like to see him be more aggressive. He hasn't played a whole lot this season. His confidence might be down a little bit, but he's got some minutes in front of him tonight with all the outs.
And a coach killer on that previous possession. Great defense by Melbourne United right up until the death. The referee will find it came off a breaker's leg, so Melbourne will retain possession. New Zealand fighting for 6th spot. Melbourne United looking to
That's just further
lock their top 4 spot.
That's ridiculous. Come on, Rob. They're shooting free throws, and is Jesse Edwards going to shoot a jumper from where? These are the little things, Phoenix. We've seen it all season. Why?
Look at the replay on this one. Rob Lowe claims Jesse was pulling him.
It don't look right.
It's a tough argument from that angle.
Yeah, I understand. What I see you step into his face. I didn't see anything else. Let's go.
Momentum killers.
Yeah.
Breakers are still having a really good quarter with 28 points and 72% Phoenix.
Jesse Edwards leads Melbourne United with 6. Karim Lopez for the Breakers with 6 as we count down a 2-second differential with shot and game clock. Breakers in no rush. Webster gets into the paint. Davison spins round. The Breakers all over the shop on that final possession.
Yes. Normally,
and it'll leave Melbourne United with a bit of time to work, but the officials will just work this to see if the Breakers will have a couple of seconds left, or maybe even less than that.
One of the worst offensive possessions you're going to see, and Petrie Coppin normally subs Parker Jackson Cartwright back in at the end of a quarter just for situations like this. Look at Big Tom.
Big Tom Abercrombie there with his beautiful family. What a superstar. We're going to interview him at halftime, and he's going to have his jersey retired post-game. A 4-time NBL champ, still leads the Breakers in so many statistical categories. And that period of 2011 to 2015, I believe it was, that they won 4 championships. Remarkable stuff. Dean Vickerman also involved back then.
Those were the glory years for the Breakers. And Tom's looks like he could still give you 10 and 4.
Hey, he's still in shape. Don't worry about that. 0.2 seconds. Unfortunately, all you can do with that is a tip in. And the Breakers tried for a turnaround. Melbourne United, 3.6 seconds left on the clock to work with. 7-point lead to the Breakers. They'll go into the quarter time at the lead. Remarkably with no Sam Menenga.
Yep, we're good. Oh, stop. Sorry, guys.
And the cameras,
is that the team bench?
And the cameras just ducked to poor old Sam Menenga at the worst possible time, and might be looking at a fine. Milton Doyle can't get the final prayer to go. And the Breakers will go into the break. 7-point lead against Melbourne United, coming into this one off 3 wins red hot. But it's the Breakers with the early lead. Early 7-point lead to the New Zealand Breakers. It's the next star, Karim Lopez, carrying the torch with an early 6 points as they go for a season-defining win in the race for a playoff berth, hunting 6th. And Melbourne United 3 wins in a row, looking to add that a 4th. Plenty of game to go. Tom Abercrombie courtside, set to have his jersey retired at the end, but down to another New Zealand legend, Cam Glidden.
Oh, thank you, mate. Yeah, I was in the huddle with New Zealand, the Breakers there, and Cop just really concerned about the backcourt pressure. You can see them really taking the ball out of Parker's hands, and now that ties in the game, I can see them doing the same. But these role players getting more minutes are doing a great job at the minute. Just got to be a bit more confident and ready to shoot that extra pass that you'd throw. Oh, my God!
Isaiah Brockington!
Yeah, Brock!
Wow! Skies up, looked like he was going to lay it in, cocks it back, and thank you very much.
Malik Machar was like, damn, I just checked in.
Malik Machar begging to the bench, no more of that, get me out. Do we get another one? Bairstow just can't live up to the showtime, it just lays it in, but what a start to the New Zealand Breakers. As we go to the Amy replay, even she's looking away right now. Wow.
That is just disrespectful.
Cannot walk, just stay there.
Body on body, mano a mano. Isaiah Brockington comes out on top. We just got to calm down in here for a moment. And you look at the starters right now for the Breakers, as we probably expected. 28 all up and United, just the 10.
Both teams are giving up way too many layups. Dean Vickerman would have been ready to swallow his tongue in that timeout, quarter time. They gave up 28 points at 72%. That is just not on. And the Breakers, they doing whatever they can to stay in front. They know they down some horses, but like Cam said, everybody got to pitch in. Sean Bairstow, you got to pitch in your minutes. Rob Lowe got to pitch in. And Ty Webster's got to stay out of foul trouble. Ty picked up his second foul.
Ty Webster, such an important part of this team, as well as Finn Delaney is off on the second attempt, but it won't matter because they'll get the board. Big possession here to get the momentum back. Machar no good from the outside. Edwards will draw the contact and go to the line.
It's hard to box out and get those air balls, but the cop ain't happy. Somebody's getting yanked for this.
And Rob Lowe will pick up.
Oh my God.
Second personal.
That's Jack Andrew music. Jack is checking in because Rob Lowe is struggling to protect himself. 2 team fouls. We said he wasn't going to finish the game, Phoenix, with 0 fouls.
No.
But he can't be picking up 2 to start the second quarter. Now, if you're the Melbourne United, you go directly to Jesse Edwards with Jack Andrew on him.
Jack Andrew, a player who we really haven't seen much of throughout the year so far, just speaks to how depleted this New Zealand team is at the moment. The Breakers still 0 for 0 from the free throw line, yet to make it to the charity stripe. United 9 for 13, pretty efficient. Brockington works off the screen, nice little finish.
On that left hand, Isaiah Brockington attacking the basket.
Chris Goulding said during the week that you've really got to be careful of some of these guys that have been waiting for their opportunity all year. Guys like Jack Andrew who come out champing at the bit to get some opportunity, and they're always ready to play. Doyle. And United just shooting them way off on that end. PJC draws the contact. Walker wants a replay here and a challenge. It'll take a lot of trust from Dean Vickerman to give it.
Yeah, I can kind of see Tyson's beef with that one. Parker kind of just stumbled after the fact. And the ref rewarded him.
Jackson Cartwright gets it tipped away. Nice pick by Walker.
I can't recall ever seeing Parker get his pocket picked. Say that a couple of times fast.
Walker baseline. Well guarded by a new fella, Jack Andrew. Melbourne United struggling to break through. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Doyle's going to have to put it up. Spins back, nice move. Even better finish.
I was going to say that offensive possession had plenty of clunk to it.
Not exactly what Dean Vickerman would have drawn up, but he'll take the result.
Doyle saved the day. Cut the lead to 6.
Brockington off the Andrew screen. Rangi will turn down the three. Tries to go through the chest of Bachar. A nice lefty finish. The Breakers just doing a good job to stave off Melbourne United every time they throw a punch.
This don't have to be that complicated.
Doyle, that's his shot. Fresh off the screen, can't complete that one. But you don't want to leave him open like that too many times. Lopez with a nice pass to Tarangi. A little too hot for Andrew to handle. Both teams just a little loose with the basketball. Delaney from the corner cashes it. And a timeout to the New Zealand Breakers. 5-point lead.
A couple of bad offensive possessions by the Breakers, and good timeout, good quick timeout from Pettery Coppinen. But I'm telling you, Jesse Edwards has nobody on the floor that can guard him. And if he's out there setting picks at the three-point line, this is why we need a big man union. We need somebody to represent all the bigs. And I'm nominating Aaron Baines.
You know, he's a worthy leader. I'd have him at the front of it. But first, let's catch up with Isaiah Brockington, who spoke to Cam Glidden earlier.
You lose in dramatic fashion, and you lose Sam Menenga. How's the week been in preparation for this one, and how's the morale of the team?
It's been a good week. I feel like, you know, guys knew that first day of practice that everybody was going to have to step up. You know, Rob Lowe, Ruben, Max, like all of our bigs, but not just them, you know, the guards. We just have to pick up, you know, the energy and the passion and the scoring that, you know, we lost with him. Yep. But it's been a pretty good week of practice, I'd say. The morale of the team is strong. Yep. You know, we know that we're not that far out of it, you know, at the end of the day. So, you know, we just got to go out there and do what we know how to do, follow the scout, and believe in each other.
You'd be happy hearing that as a Breakers fan. It's been such a roller coaster year that there feels like a point in the season where the Breakers were almost written off. But whether it be due to injury, whether it be due to other things, they've fought their way back in, had a real purple patch late to this season. And they are well within a shot of making a finals berth. And you know what? Even without Sam Menenga, as we're seeing right here, this is not a team you want to match up with.
I feel like Isaiah Brockington, too, is just growing into the season. I know his season's almost over, and he's had some ups and downs, but overall, you could say he's been relatively consistent, and I can see the Breakers running it back with him next season.
Retention means a world of good for teams, and they've had a lot of success doing it, especially at New Zealand over the years. PJC, 4 seconds on the shot clock, and has to find a way to the rim. Lopez from deep. Last second shots off the back iron. And Doyle, full court, nice find, Kyle Bowen.
Little things like that. Kyle Bowen on the leak out. You don't have to run any offense when you can just get an easy cheapie in transition.
Andrew finds PJC, will work it around the perimeter. Lopez, one-on-one with a far bigger Jesse Edwards. Melbourne will come up with it. Doyle looks to have that look in his eye.
Jesse Edwards is still down back there. Here he is now, but what a tweak the ankle.
Nice block there from Lopez. Lopez looked like he tried to find the pass over the top, but no one had rolled with him.
Some very ordinary offense by the Breakers.
Let's go down to courtside. Cam Glidden.
Yeah, fellas, I've used my old peepers and spied out Mike Dunleavy Jr., NCAA champion at Duke, and now the GM of the Golden State Warriors. Obviously here taking in the action of the next stars, Dash and Kareem, and not a bad franchise to draft. They're currently ranked the highest valued team in the NBA at $11 billion.
Is that all?
Wow. Wow,
you chump change.
You could buy one Tom Abercrombie membership at a golf course for that. Man's doing very well. And another three-point miss there, remarkably. The New Zealand Breakers, they've been hitting from the three-point line, but a 15 of 15 from 2.
And bad offensive possessions, it might as well be turnovers. Melbourne United have got themselves right back in this game because Breakers have found it very tough to get a quality shot up.
PJC works, gets his way into the paint, draws contact, riddles out. He'll go to the line for 2.
Hey, Cam, we saw Jack Andrew check in a little earlier. We haven't seen much of Jack all season. What do you know about him?
Yeah, he's a South Island native from Dunedin and played a lot of his ball with the Otago Nuggets. Recently signed up in Taranaki and played under NBL legend Sam McKinnon. So had a great year and obviously getting his reward for a lot of hard work with Sam Meninga going out. He's got some talent. He's still young, but he actually explored his college NIL situation, but unfortunately played too many pro games. So lucky to have him still with the Breakers in the NBL.
I'm surprised you haven't explored that, Cam. At some of the ages we're seeing guys attempt to head back over.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine the bank? As CG43 knocks one down from the outside, much needed from United. They have tied us up at 38 apiece. Turnover. United with a chance to take the lead. Bowen. Shea Ely will just look to get things under control. Works through the paint. The much taller Lopez, well guarded, but the circus finish is too good.
And just like that, Melbourne United's defense has cranked it up, went to another level. Have held the Breakers only 10 points in 6 minutes. And Pettery Coppins needs to have a chat.
Certainly does. Melbourne United have turned a 7-point deficit into a 2-point lead, and Rob Lowe's been out of the game with foul trouble while this run from Melbourne United's taken place.
Rob Lowe and Ty Webster, 2 veterans who you just, like you would think if you don't play that much. What do you know about this, Felix?
Oh, I know a lot of this because I'm going to be there on the Gold Coast.
Are you going to be at the game, though?
You know what? Unfortunately, it's on a Sunday and I arrive on a Saturday, so it remains to be seen whether I'll be in attendance or maybe I'll have that customary raspy voice that some of the fans have become used to on Sunday games. The Ignite Cup final presented by Disney+. It's going to be fantastic. The New Zealand Breakers and the Adelaide 36ers. And from what we saw this week from Adelaide, hey, double the security. Double the security. How was that?
I propose, forget second prize. Forget the 100K. Forget splitting it, man. All or nothing. 400 to the winner. Jack Shite to the loser.
I thought you were going to say, when you said all or nothing, I thought you were heading across the road to a certain venue to do that. And I thought, we can't quite promote that, although I do believe it.
We don't want to be splitting the 400K. Just let it all ride.
The Adelaide 36ers, Matt Weston has come out and said that it's all going to the players. 60% is the original cut that was directed by the NBL, but Matt Weston has said that it is all going to the Adelaide 36ers. Will the Breakers follow suit? We'll find out. Lopez gets into the paint, steps back. Shot clock into single figures. And Davison just tries to fire a bullet out to the corner.
Basically, Dean Vickman and Melbourne United said, we're just going to take the ball out of Parker Jackson Cartwright's hands, and we're going to dare the rest of you to beat us. Simple as that. If Parker doesn't go for one of those 30-point, 15 assists, 8 rebound kind of games. So that's why I'm going to leave Isaiah Brockington on for the entire second half.
Krislovic. And a nice little baseline scoop up and under from Shea Ely, and he'll draw the contact. Melbourne, you've all the momentum right now.
And Max Darney picks up his 3rd foul. In comes Rob Lowe on his 2 fouls. And what started off very promising is not so promising as we speak.
With some veteran savvy subbing back into the game here through Rob Lowe. Of course, no Sam Meninga for the rest of the season for the New Zealand Breakers. Their shining light has been arguably the most dominant big in the league. And what a return so far from Shea Ely. 7 points, make that 8.
Isaiah
Meninga under strict instruction to just not flip the bird this time.
Zay's got 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting.
And Lowe winding back the clock, slicing through the paint.
The rumbling Rob Lowe. I can't believe that Isaiah Brockington's on the bench. No fouls, 5 of 6 from the field, 10 points. He needs to be on the floor.
Krebs, nice kick out to Shea Ely, who couldn't quite handle it, but he gets it in the right man's hands, and that's why CG43 started the game 0 for 4. Don't worry about that. He's found his range.
And nobody's probably missed Shea any more than Chris Golding, because Shea goes out of his way to make sure Chris gets those wide open looks.
He's a guy that's played plenty of basketball with Chris. He knows exactly where to find him at the right time.
And when Chris knocked down that first triple, coming out of that corner, it was so in rhythm. I figured the next one would be kind of similar, and Shea's gets a quick little rest.
Line up, line up, line up. Stop.
How about this? Disney Plus, you can win a 12-month subscription. In this economy, Damon, in this economy, 12 months free.
That's like having money.
Oh, that is. It's like how the other half live. You can spend that for a year. Make sure you scan that QR code to potentially win 12 months worth of Disney Plus. The library that they've got going at the moment. Unbelievable. What's your favorite Disney movie?
It's a toss-up between Snow White and Aladdin.
They're producing that much these days. I'm sure there's some endurance-based film that'll come out for you to enjoy as Jesse Edwards a bit rogue with the basketball as he goes through the paint.
If I'm Isaiah Brockington, as we're walking off at halftime in 2 minutes and 11 seconds, I'm going to put my arm around Pedri Coppin and go, Coach, please let me play the entire second half. Please, man. I'm lobbying on your behalf, Zay.
Walker to inbound. And Golding finds himself open and can't convert what for him is usually an easy little put in. Rob Lowe will cop one right in the back. Jesse Edwards, that'll just be his first personal. A player who is prone to foul trouble.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Sloppy turnover from Carlton Davidson. This is going to be a dunk.
Picks it away. Nice finish. Great extension. And Rob Lowe on the 2 fouls. Had to be careful there in the way that he guarded it.
Tyson Walker's defense, he has the speed to be able to deny some of these dribble handoffs that Parker is trying to get. He's making it extremely tough for him to get a catch.
And Bairstow gets into the paint, finds Davison, who's going to try to wrestle his way through. The referee will call a jump ball.
Breakers can't get out of this half fast enough. Melbourne United have cranked up the D, taking the ball out of Parker's hands, and the offense is taking a massive hit.
Minute 30 remains in what's been an entertaining first half. The Breakers are a remarkable 16 of 16 from 2-point range. 2 seconds, the PJC to work with. Fires up the prayer, cashes it.
I'm sure there's a stat out there somewhere how many buzzer beaters in the quarters, in the shot clocks that Parker Jackson Cartwright has made.
Edwards finds Doyle on the outside. He'll swing around, and CG43 left far too open. They don't pay the full price that time. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Walker guarded tightly by Tarangi. Almost had him on the heels, and Doyle from the car park. That's no good.
And you see how easy it is to double Jesse when he's that far off the block. He's not going to get the touch that he needs as Parker gets an extremely tough layup to go.
Breakers continue their remarkable run of efficiency. 17 of 17 from 2-point range. Golding. Nice cross back, pulls up. Can't convert.
This is where they got to live in transitions, but Parker wants to slow it down for not quite the last shot, but late in the quarter.
10 seconds remain. PJC off the low screen. And another step-through shot. Save
quarter, Parker.
Right on the buzzer. He's got the clutch gene, and he's getting the crowd fired up. The Breakers wrestle back a 1-point lead on the stroke of halftime.
Every time, we've seen it so many times. Tom Abercrombie's happy about it. Parker, don't get yourself a tech walking off. Get to the locker room.
The emotions running high at Spark Arena. Getting ready to retire their superstars jersey, and Tom Abercrombie fighting for 6th spot.
Cam, tell Parker to calm down.
Yeah, Parker, man, you're getting denied the ball in the full court. For a moment there, you had 2 points, all of a sudden up to 17. How'd you get yourself free? How'd you get that momentum going?
Yeah, I mean, you got to work harder to get the ball. I mean, Tyson Walker, Ely, these are two of the best on-ball guards, so just got to do a better job.
What do you got to do the second half, man? These guys are a veteran team. They're playing some good basketball right now. You guys are down on numbers. How do you get this one over the line?
Well, you just said it. I mean, they're a veteran team, and they play 40 minutes. That's why they're always at the top. That's why they are who they are. So we got to compete 40 minutes.
Best of luck.
What a quarter from that man. Parker Jackson-Cartwright up to 17, leads all scorers, and the Breakers coming up against a red-hot Melbourne United, chasing the 6th spot, lead by 1. So much to play for in this second half. We'll break down the first right after this. Both teams coming off thrillers, and we look like we're set for another. Isaiah Brockington going sky high, and even we get a little piece of that at halftime. PJC, 17 points. CG43 starting to find his range. This has all the makings of a classic. Damon Lowry, the Perth Wildcats are chasing Melbourne United. They'll be watching, I hope they lose in the Breakers. Well, Tassie would be at home sweating right now, watching the way they're playing in the hunt for sixth. How do you break it all down?
It's all happening, no doubt about it. This halftime lead, 1 point. It looked like Melbourne United was, had some ascendancy, and the Breakers wrestled it back, and you can see they trying to take the ball out of Parker Jackson Cartwright's hands, and the little maestro, he's got himself up to 17 points. He's got the 4 free throws. No other Breakers shot a free throw in this half, which is one of those weird kind of stats. You have a weird stat too, don't you?
Oh, I got a weird stat. They are 17 of 17 from two-point range. They have not missed from inside the arc, a lot of it, thanks to this man who's just been almost poetic, Shakespearean on his way to the cup.
That's got to be some kind of record. This dude is he's been marveling ever since he's been in the league. He just finds a way. He knows how to play at his size. He's getting a little bit feisty. But Tyson Walker and Shea Illy, those are 2 rock-solid, legitimate pit bulls on defense. But Parker's just finding a way.
And as he said to Ken Glidden at halftime when he spoke about how his first quarter compared to his second quarter, he's just got to get himself the ball. No Sam Menenga. It is on his shoulders. A perfect 6 for 6 from 2. 1 for 1 from the three-point line and 4 for 4 from the line. What a half.
It's going to be one of those games that Parker's going to do a lot of heavy lifting, like more than he normally does. It would help if Ty Webster didn't get himself in foul trouble so somebody else could bring the ball up. But like Parker said to Cam, he just got to go and get the ball and make things happen.
A Melbourne United scream from the rooftops about how important Shea Illy is to them. And we see it, we see it. He hustles on the ground. He's a good defender. But sometimes it takes him taking a bit of time off and coming back to realise just how important he is. 8 points, 2 for 2, and he dove on the floor about 30 seconds into his first appearance since round 14.
He only knows one way. It's flat out. And Chris Golding, he benefits more than anybody else on the team from Shea Illy being on the floor. 8 points, he got 2 assists. He only played in 7 minutes. He's not in foul trouble of any kind. He's still fit, even though, he has to go to the bench from time to time to catch his breath. But Shea being back in that lineup now, the Melbourne United's backcourt is now whole. Milton Doyle still coming off the bench, and they got so much depth there. 1 or 2 of those guys are going to get you at some point.
Do you want me to tell you something that's going to frustrate you at the back end of this game?
You're going to tell me anyway.
Oh, I think he's going to be on a minutes restriction going down the stretch. What will Melbourne do? The Tasmania Jack Jumpers, another team in the fight for 6th spot, coming up against the Cairns Taipans. So, they can pull a rabbit out of the hat. It's all happening not too far away. We got a big second half coming up here.
back to Spark Arena. Welcome back to Spark Arena. You see the 4 banners up there. 2014-15 still hurts my soul a little bit, but those 4 banners, there's one man that's responsible and was part of all 4 of those, and he's with me right now. The man, the myth, the legend, the man of the moment, Tom Abercrombie. Thanks for being with us, mate. Thanks for taking some time off the golf course, first of all. Mate, you're always so cool, calm, collected, articulate man. How are you going to feel when your jersey's finally raised up there with the other greats of this club?
Yeah, look, I don't know, Cam. It's one of those things you can't really prepare for. It'll be emotional, I'm sure, but it's really special. Just great to be in here tonight, feel all the love from all the fans, a lot of them who are on that journey with me, lots of past teammates and friends and family here, so it's going to be pretty special.
Speaking of teammates, Matt, 111 teammates you've had over your 16-year career. Can you tell me some of your most talented teammates just off the top of your head?
Well, I mean, there was a lot, wasn't there? But certainly this guy next to me was pretty special in his time, Cammy Glidden. He didn't lead me into that at all, but he was a special player. But there was a lot of great teammates over the years. It's very hard to single out that 1 or 2 men.
Love it, mate. Thanks for the shout. I've got a couple gentlemen that I'd love to ask you some questions too, so I'll leave them at it.
Gentleman is a nice way of describing it. Hey, Tom, first off, mate, congratulations. As an Aussie kid, that 2011 to 2015 period of dominance was just so fun to watch from over this. I grew up thinking New Zealand was going to beat us in every sport, and then, boy, was I wrong. Boy, was I wrong. But, hey, what was your favourite memory over that span? I know there would have been some special times, but is there any part that really sticks out to you?
Well, it took us a long time to win that first one. We were the first New Zealand team to win an Australasian sporting competition, so certainly wasn't a period of dominance by the Kiwis up until that point. But I like to think we took the lid off the bottle, and it was certainly a lot of momentum in our favour after that, and to go on and win 3 in a row. Certainly the first one always sticks out. They gave us a parade down Queen Street in central Auckland, which was pretty special and unheard of for a time for a basketball team, so that was pretty cool.
Tom, congrats, man. Now, look, what's going on now behind the scenes? You're in the Brains Trust now. You're in the hierarchy. You guys going to turn the Breakers program around. What's on the menu?
Oh, look, man, it's a work in progress, obviously. A season throws all sorts of ups and downs, and I'm well aware of that, and this year's been no exception for our guys. You always have those moments you're like, oh, man, we should have got that game back earlier in the season. There was certainly a couple that got away from us. The injury to Sam last week that hurts, but really proud of the way the guys have come out and fought tonight and showing that they can compete with anyone.
Well, we're going to jump back into the second half. Tom, on behalf of everyone that watches basketball, is involved in it, you will never hear a bad word out of you. You are the nicest man, I reckon, that's ever stepped on the court. Good on you, and enjoy the moment and soak it all up.
Cheers, fellas.
What a man. Thank you, Cam, as well. I'll tell you what, he's one of those guys, you know, we've been around basketball a long time. There's a reason a guy like him just happens to be on a team that wins a whole lot of championships. It's not luck. Exactly. It's having guys like that in your club that gets it done. But we've got a basketball game to take care of, and Finn Delaney, well, Tom won't be happy with that.
Straight away, Finn gets himself an easy deuce. It's been the first half is a couple of momentum swings there, but we'll see who can be the most poised to start this third quarter.
How far can they push this perfection from the mid-range? Lopez keeps it going, 18 for 18 from 2 for the New Zealand Breakers. Utter dominance inside the arc.
You understand how many ways that Kareem has to score the ball? The fadeaway, back-legged, that's almost Dirk Nowitzki-like.
Walker, Rob Lowe, going to be careful with 2 fouls to his name. And Jesse Edwards takes full advantage of maybe just a little more placid Rob Lowe there with the 2 fouls.
Do you see how easy it is when Jesse's around the basket? More of that if you're a Melbourne United supporter.
Lopez draws contact.
It's like Jesse Edwards is playing on a 9-foot rim when he's by the basket.
It looks about 8 foot, considering that there is not too much size on that front line for the New Zealand Breakers with no Sam Menenga and no Rob Baker. Lopez spins back, gets fouled, and he'll go to the line. So that miss won't go to the totals. They remain a perfect update of 8.
You're loving that 2 points.
Because you know what? I wake up every morning dreaming of a team going perfect from the game, from 2-point range, and maybe, just maybe, this is the night that it happens. Dean Vickerman, God, what a roller coaster season he's had. 9-0 to begin the year. And now he's in Spark Arena trying to keep his season rolling.
Kareem Lopez is, as he misses that first one, 15 minutes played in that first half. 15. So he's on pace for, like I say, a 30-minute game, which is, he needs to play that. And the good thing is, he bounced back from that turnover he had late game against Perth. He couldn't inbound the ball. And he's not in foul trouble. He's only got the 1 foul. 9 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist.
Shea gets the start in the second half, goes to the ground, and Edwards just too easy down there. Lopez finds Lowe, he'll throw it up, cashes it.
That's what Rob Lowe does best. Jesse Edwards got sucked in, over helping on Kareem's penetration. Rob made him pay the price.
So handy having Rob Lowe on the roster when injury strikes. Nice little bounce pass from Edwards, and an even better finish there from CG43.
Good pass. CG moving without the ball.
Both teams going bucket for bucket at the moment. PJC out of control. And unfortunately, Damon, my dreams of a perfect game from the inside have been dashed with what appeared to be a circus shot from a player who is much better than that.
But you had a good time with that, didn't you?
I had a great time, and you know what? It's the friends you make along the way, Damon. I'm glad to be doing it with you. Illy. Golding, is he going to be able to catch fire? Draws a bit of contact on the 3 and go unwhistled. Jesse Edwards just continuing to wreak havoc down low there. Can't finish that time. Jackson Cartwright finds Lowe wide open on the perimeter. Off the front iron.
Man, Jesse Edwards dodging bullets. Rob Lowe is never going to roll on that shot he can make. But that's too easy in transition. Coming the other way, Tyson Walker, who's been relatively quiet on the offensive end, but you can tell his defensive presence has been felt.
Lowe tries to thread the needle. You can see Rob Lowe just always got a bit of a tired look to him at this age, doesn't he?
He looked wore out.
What a career he's had as well.
Need big minutes out of Rob today, though.
Blank is struggling to get open. PJC will end up with it. Nice off the wrong foot. Silky finish.
And a 5'7" guy, maybe 5'10". Gets his layup over the outstretched pterodactyl, 7'1".
19 points in the outing for PJC.
Too far off the block.
Doyle. Nice pass to Delaney down low. And great ball movement from United. Sees them lead by 3.
Maybe that's the plan, to post up off the block to get double team so you can just swing the ball around. Maybe that's the plan.
And the referee will find a reach in first. It was heavy contact on Golding as we look to the replay, but fortunately the way that goes, if you commit the foul first, as we look at the Amy replay.
Yeah, Chris got hit and then thought, oh, yeah, really go. I'm telling you, man, guys can hurt themselves. You're already falling. You mess around and fall too hard on purpose. End up concussing yourself or something.
Certainly appeared to be a little more juice added to it. And you know what, the fans over the years have let Chris know about it, but
and that's his 3rd foul.
It's a big loss in the short term here for Melbourne United. Lopez working on Delaney. Gets to his step back.
Oh,
NBA written all over it.
God help you. God help you if he's hitting that fade.
I'm not even sure he can guard that.
Good Lord. Kareem said, catch this fade.
Doyle answers back.
Silent assassin Doyle. He's like, shh.
PJC draws a bit of contact. He'll go to the line for 2.
Has Parker been seen with his hands on his knees at his shorts at any stage like normal people when they get tired? Has he ever been seen doing that?
Moves too quick.
Incredible.
Top
Up to
5
19 points.
19 points. And Jesse Edwards with a sneaky 15, and by the jeers from the crowd, I would imagine that there's a technical that's been called, and Dean Vickerman is the victim.
They already had a bench. They already had a warning, so I don't know if that came from Dean himself or that somebody on the bench earned that tech.
Jackson Cartwright makes him pay full price for it.
8 free throws shot by the Breakers, and Parker shot 6 of them.
One shot.
And just like that, the margin's back to 1. Krebs, you can't leave him open.
Oh.
Except maybe that time. Walker puts the Jets on, well guarded, but not good enough from Lopez. That's a tough finish over. You talk about Lopez's wingspan.
Tyson skill with both hands on his finishes as Ruben Tarangi tees up a wide open triple.
Big shot. We're all tied up at 65 apiece. Walker dared to shoot. Doyle guarded by Darling. Steps back. That one's nothing but air as well. United struggling to hit rim on the last few possessions.
Let's check the Amy replay. That's just a wide. I was hoping for the Kareem Lopez turnaround fader. We get the Ruben Tarangi 3-ball.
And that's the different look that you're getting with no Meninga in the game. And Tarangi has struggled throughout the year from the three-point line, but has picked it up over the last couple of weeks. Brockington, tough finish, can't get it to fall.
Isaiah Brockington just picking his spots. When he gets on that left hand, he's extremely tough, and we've already seen his elevation. Just ask Machar about his elevation.
It's going on one side on quarter one. I didn't hear you. Now it's going the other side. That's just basketball, and you know that.
All roads lead to the Gold Coast. Don't miss the Hungry Jacks NBL Ignite Cup, presented by Disney Plus, of course, on the Gold Coast, February 22nd. Head to nbl.com.au/Ignite Cup for all your updates as we edge closer and closer to crowning the inaugural Ignite Cup winners that will take home, Damon, $400,000 with 60% going direct to the players, or
unless you're in Adelaide 36.
The Adelaide 36ers. So I'll tell you what, we've seen in the media this week, that organisation will look after their players, even to their detriment, more so than many.
Isaiah got his own rebound, missed it. Dash Daniels is checked back in.
Haven't seen too much from Dash Daniels so far this game. Always tough on such a stacked roster to be able to sneak through there. What a career he's got in front of him.
Finn Diesel, Finn Delaney hard to the basket, gets himself to the foul line. Defensive transition has been an issue for the Breakers all season. And against some of the better teams, it has proven way more costly. And it's an area that Pedrick Coppin would just like his teams to get back, get set, and guard.
Alex McNaught cheering away in the background there. There's some good characters on this New Zealand Breakers team. You see him wearing different outfits every time he rolls up to the game. May not see a huge amount of court time, but a great character across the league.
Hey, Cam, I don't want to tell you how to do your job, but if you get a chance to, can you go ask Mike Dunleavy Jr., what does he like most about Kareem Lopez and Dash Daniels?
You reckon I'll go get in his ear?
You might as well.
I might as well, eh?
He's on your turf.
All right, hey, boys, check back with me in 5.
And a timeout here, or maybe a coach's challenge. Dean Vickerman already has one technical to his name. Certainly not happy.
You've seen that furrowed brow from Dean before.
I've seen it many times. I've seen it getting onto a plane back from the Gold Coast, the most of which wasn't due to actions on court, I can assure you.
And Dean's got a couple of accomplished assistant coaches there in young Reese Carter.
Reese Carter, he's going to have a future in the
Fleming.
Jack Fleming as well, a very cerebral coach. As we look at the challenge here, let's see what you make of this one, Damon. Does not appear to be much in that at all.
No, I was. Where's the action? Where's the play? Was it that? Yeah, that's.
And like, to be devil's advocate during this, it is hard for the referee.
I know, it's hard for the referees.
to
blah,
see
blah,
how much
blah. You always
pressure,
do that.
because they have the hardest
I
job in
know,
basketball.
Felix. Yes, they got the hardest job in basketball, but
It's very hard for them to see how much
Yeah, I know.
contact
Yeah.
is actually put on it. So as we zoom into the actual play over there, it looked to be more PJC grabbing.
PJC was visibly frustrated. That is going to be a foul. You think Parker gets that?
And no surprise there, it'll be successful. Always easy to see it in slow motion, but tough to see in real
what
time.
What an advocate. You got a striped shirt on underneath that blazer?
Just trying to get myself...
So you keep it with 17 on the clock this side. The foul's over here.
Trying to get myself a Europe car
when the foul is called.
rental agreement. Defending the men in green. And here, so the foul won't be called. But New Zealand, of course, will still retain the ball. Down to you, Cam.
Yeah, Damon, there was that a bit of rookie hazing, mate. I went up to bloody Mike Dunleavy and asked what he thinks about Kareem. He said, I can't make comments.
What?
So he's not allowed to make comments.
no.
Oh, my God!
Damn it, Parker!
Yeah, can't make comments, so thanks for that.
Oh, my bad.
Apologise for the interruption, but Parker Jackson-Cartwright just had a chance to give Dash Daniels the most unfortunate moment of his young career.
God.
And I'll tell you what, the basketball gods were looking down on Dash right then. Wow, what a play that would have been.
That is legitimately my bad, Cam. I had no idea that they was not allowed. I should know that. I should know better.
9-2, I guess.
66 apiece. We've had sky-high dunks, ankle breakers. What is this final 4 minutes of the third term going to give us?
The scoring has definitely dried up in the latter half of this quarter.
Doyle, countered by Tarangi. Works back, gets it picked away by the most thieviest of thieves. And he'll draw the contact on the break.
The thievingest thief. The pickpocketing Parker. Once again.
PJC #1 in the league for steals. You can see why right there. It only takes 2 of them to be #1, but across the season, even getting a 2 in a game is remarkable. And the way he gets them, he's not getting cheap steals either.
Oh, no.
He's working for him.
Man, you know we love us some Dash Daniels. But he almost slid his ass off the floor. That was crazy.
And I work in defense of Dash Daniels. I know I'm defending everyone today, but it did appear to be a slip on a decal and he moved through. It wasn't exactly. Milton Doyle up top. Edwards draws the contact.
No twirling.
Lopez might be a little too
young.
young to get the trust from the coach here.
No, they're not going to burn the foul of timeout on that one.
We'll see the replay of this. It did appear in real time.
Is it worth the risk? You got a 1-point lead. That's across the arms. You know,
That's a tough argue.
Kareem's only got the 2. That's only his second foul. You got a 1-point lead. Play on.
Doyle. The pass over the top is once again picked off by you-know-who. Breakers with a 1-point lead. PJC, nice pass in the paint. And an even better pass to Lopez who scoops it in.
I like when Kareem finds ways to score when he doesn't have the ball. Moving without the ball. Because you got to think, look at the mismatch right there. You got to think the NBA teams are not going to just be heavy ISO in him. He's going to have to be able to get creative.
Walker finds Doyle, who cashes it in, but Walker wide open at the top of the paint, giving it up.
He's going to get gun shy, Tyson Walker on the 3 ball.
And a true point guard finds Milton Doyle. Darling. Krebs, can they go back to back? Bowen will fight for it, but it's black ball.
I just think United, with Chris Golden off the floor, the 3-point shoot, they only shooting 6 of 19 from 3. Doyle's got 2 of them. Sorry, yeah, Chris has got 2 of them. But I feel like the advantage is clearly Jesse Edwards with Max Darling guarding. Just plant yourself in front of the Mitsubishi Motors logo and watch good things happen. Rob Lowe checks back in for Max.
Rob Lowe checking in for this final 2 minutes. There you see him up the top. Off the side iron for the Breakers, 69 apiece. What a final turn we're going to have coming up. So much on the line for both these teams. What a win this would be in the hunt for 6th for the Breakers.
Too crowded, too much traffic, turnover, Milton Doyle.
Davison always entertaining when he's on the break. He goes the down underway that time. Jesse Edwards almost gets that tipped away. Looks to have come off the Breakers last. The referee will say that it's Breakers ball. Jesse Edwards may have merit in the challenge here. He's notched up a double-double for the night. Well, the coaching staff trust him.
Think about this. You want to run a pick and roll to try to get the ball to Jesse Edwards moving to the basket?
And we'll see another coach's challenges. Dean getting irate with the official, and as we look at the replay here, he may have reason to.
It would just be so much simpler if they just waited for Jesse Edwards to just plant himself. Even when he's off the block, we check the replay.
Here was the original tip, but it's on the return here. But it's gone off the knee, and
that was like a pinball. I can't.
Unless it's hit Jesse Edwards' calf here, which it hasn't. It's been a full nutmeg, and that is going to go the way of Melbourne United.
Sean Bairstow got his last foot to it, was it?
And this one will be successful. Dean Vickerman speaking to his troops. Trail by 2 to the Breakers. They've got the Perth Wildcats chasing them down for that 4th spot. And the way that Melbourne United have been playing, you know, a matter of inconsistency, the double chance, very, very important to them.
Absolutely it is. Tyson Walker's been a little bit subdued, maybe self-inflicted subdued. He's only got the 5 shots, 3 layups. But I feel like we've seen his work. We've seen his offensive explosions throughout the season. If you take one last look, it looks like Sean kicked it into Isaiah Brockington's shin.
There was about 7 Breakers that touched the ball, and unfortunately for the official, not a single Melbourne United player. The 2nd consecutive successful challenge there for Dean. 2 for 2 on the night. Walker to inbound. Edwards, nice kick out. Walker will get to the floater, can't complete it.
Felix, it's a nice kick out, but I don't want him kicking it out. I want him dunking it. They got to do a better job involving this guy. Rob Lowe is foul prone.
Over the top pass to Rob Lowe is picked off. Walker draws a bit of contact. Nice finish. Tough finish.
They got to survive these last 45 seconds.
37 seconds remain. Melbourne United should get 2 goes at it. Nice drive by Krebs.
You almost can't afford to take Parker out of the game. He got to play the whole 4th quarter.
5-second differential between shot and game. Webster. Off the Rob Lowe screen. Davison left wide open, turns it down and goes into the bigger. Jesse Edwards instead, that's off the back iron. They're going to get one last look at it. 2 seconds on the clock. Brockington has no idea. Wow! And rims and rolls out. Almost a fairy tale finish there for the New Zealand Breakers, but a 2-point lead to Melbourne United. A massive final turn coming up.
Well, we're going to rate your entire golfing career based off this. Cheeky, get out of it. We're going to rate it all based off this putting challenge. You get 2 goes. Breaker-nation, let's count Tom down. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's good. Is it good? Is it good? You get 1 more go, Tom. You get 1 more go. Breaker-nation, count it down. 3, 2, 1. Oh, this one looks good. This one looks really good. Is it going to curve? Is it going to curve? Unfortunately not. Should we give him 1 more? Let's get that ball back in quickly. Let's get that ball back in quickly. Come on. Let's count it down. 3, 2, 1. I think it's good. I think it's good. Oh! Well, that's it. That's it, regulation. You got to give us some time. You got to get back on the court.
Welcome back to Spark Arena, and my God, look at this. Tom Abercrombie, full court. Can he do it? No, no, he can't.
Oh,
One more chance at it. He's a legend. He's got his banner hung up. Go. Get to your home. No, he misses to the other side, and you know what? They were smart not giving him a 3rd shot, because if they gave him a 3rd shot, he would have split the middle between the 2.
He will not be wearing a green jacket anytime soon.
And his family looks visibly disappointed in his efforts. But let's get this thing underway. What a final turn we've got in store. Both of these teams coming off thrillers. Cam, what have you got for us?
Yeah, fellas, what seems to be working for the Breakers is this pick and pop with Rob Lowe and forcing Jesse Edwards out of that keyway, and that's the tip of the domino. I think at times the Breakers rely on Parker to do all the tipping, but with Tyson Walker and Shea Ili up in his grill, they're going to have to find the advantage somewhere else.
Yep, and where are those advantages? You got to get Isaiah Brockington involved. Is Milton Doyle no good? Jesse Edwards grabs his 12th rebound. Look how easy that is. Look how easy it is. Just get him around that area. Is it too much to ask? Jesse Edwards up to 17 points, 12 rebounds.
And the Breakers have been careless with the basketball. The final few minutes in that last quarter, and goes upstairs. Edwards uses all of his length on that possession, and the Breakers are going to have to find out what they're going to do here with very little in the front line. Rob Lowe, just with the 2 personals, he could probably afford to get a little bit more aggressive at this point in the game, Damon.
And they cannot turn the ball over. I mean, Rob Lowe, he could have came up with the hatchet job, but it would have been too late.
71 to 77, 6 points to Melbourne United. Look at Cam Glidden, just trying to sneak it out, huddle, my man. Just get a little closer. Just reach. I know you got a long neck. You're very similar to me. That's it. That's it. Very similar to me. You got to use every inch of it. Petteri Koppen and Dean Vickerman. One coach with a huge amount of ability that we probably haven't been able to see the best of in Petteri Koponen through injury and various other factors out of his control.
And let's be honest, how much talent coaches have at their disposal also can dictate what kind of year they have. Dean Vickman has never, his cupboard has never been bare. So you already know that he's going to get you 20-odd wins.
Melbourne United, a strong start to the quarter, busting out to a 6-point lead. And you look there at 1 point in the game. The New Zealand Breakers were 18 of 18 from 2-point land. Lopez, tough finish.
He can go to his left, go to his right, elevate. Great touch, kissing that one off the glass.
The Breakers just going to look to answer back. Big defensive possession here for them, and Walker can't make them pay. But United will retain possession.
I like the post catch. I would have preferred it to be a little bit deeper. And I would have preferred for Jesse not to wait to get double teamed. But that is a shot that Tyson Walker can make.
Doyle, aggressive straight into the paint. Delaney works through, finds
3 seconds.
Finds Jesse Edwards, but unfortunately he was waiting a little too long. And to your point, Damon, maybe the pass should have gotten there one swing earlier.
I've been making this point all year, Felix. This has been one of my favorite points to make all season. That's a foul.
Lopez drawing contact, can't get the finish, but a grown man move on anyone they call Finn Diesel. He's usually got a little bit of strength behind him, and he just pushed him out of the way there.
Kareem's strength, like you look at him, you go, is he muscular? I mean, he's gonna fill out the older he gets. He's gonna hit the weight room at some point. He's got the body of a teenager. But as soon as you feel his presence, you feel his impact, you can just see how strong he is.
Let's go, line up.
And there's Christopher Luxon, the Prime Minister of New Zealand, sitting there with the owner of the New Zealand Breakers as well. Look at him, proud to be a Breaker. It's always a good sign for a franchise when you got the top dog, the big cheese, the big kahuna.
Who's number 42? Or is that his,
I would assume,
is that his level?
Yeah, maybe that's some significant meaning. Usually they give the leaders a special jersey of their own.
Layup.
CG43, as you said, layup.
Now when he turned over that right shoulder like that, that is a rhythm shot for Chris. And the Breakers, that's a little bit too easy.
And too easy for Isaiah Brockington, straight to the cup. Throws it down.
Got to send that man to his right. You're playing with fire if you don't.
Let's go, guys, please.
Luckily for Melbourne United, there was no one on the second line, because if there was someone trying to help there, they might have been getting the Malik Bashar treatment.
Is that what it's called now, the Bashar treatment?
You got to feel bad for a kid subbing right into the game, copping that. 4-point lead to United. CG43 from the same spot, back-to-back, no luck.
Oh, shot. That is a good pin down for Jesse Edwards to try to get Chris another look, and it was a good look.
Lopez dared to shoot. Haven't seen as much pick and pop action from Rob Lowe of late. And Lopez, nice Euro step into the reverse. He'll go to the line.
He's been mad at himself for missing that one, but the aggression to get on the rim. Just cuffed that ball and just drew a nice foul.
And that's against an NBA body in Jesse Edwards.
Now Tyson Walker denied Parker Jackson to cartwright the ball in the wing. He couldn't get it.
Go, guys,
so
please.
Kareem kind of had no choice but to penetrate. You sub Tyson out, and in comes Shea. So Parker's life is never going to be easy. But with 7:20 to go, they up to their eyeballs in this game.
Nice pass from Doyle. Easy finish for Edwards.
Smart. The same pin down they've been running for Chris out of that corner. This time Chris came up and set a back pick for Jesse Edwards to get on the rim. And we all know what happens when he gets down there. That is a terrible pass.
Breakers tried to replicate the exact same play to no avail. Melbourne United starting to find their groove. Doyle with a great pass. Great basketball from Melbourne United.
Let's go.
Doyle, Delaney, and Edwards with the finish.
Great touch pass by Finn. And just quietly, Jesse Edwards is 23 points on 10 of 12 shooting. To go to his 12 boards, and Zay gets another one to go. Is that Carlin?
And a little bit of pushing and shoving here. Nothing that looks like it's going to overflow into the scenes that we saw the other night. A delay of game warning. Adelaide and Brisbane, what a scene that was.
It's when players overreact to the littlest thing. Like, don't need to get too carried away.
Rob Lowell, check out of the game. Golding.
13 rebounds. And that's Milton Doyle's 5th turnover. He can be a little careless with the ball from time to time.
Rockington gets it to go.
Say, 2-point deficit. He needs to play to the rest of this 5.5 minutes.
Delaney gets the pass at his ankle, still comes up with it.
See that, Felix? See what happens? Jesse tries to get a deep seal, ends up drawing a foul because look at the discrepancy in height.
4 fouls on Max Darling as well. A timeout to Melbourne United. Just the 2-point margin right now, going shot for shot, bucket for bucket. And we've got a big game coming up.
Yeah, we do.
Tassie will be watching this one tightly. They're going to come up against the Cairns Taipans right after this. So let's check in with the wonderful Ariana Prather.
Ariana Prather here at the Cairns Convention Center, where the Taipans are shortly going to tip off against the Jack Jumpers, who are sitting in 6th place. They've made the play-in tournament, but can they hold off the Taipans on the road? Well, Majuk Dang is back on the court tonight, so that will be a big help for the Jack Jumpers. But will Jack McVay be able to get the effort he wants to see out of his team and hold home court advantage? The Cairns Taipans versus Tasmania Jack Jumpers coming shortly.
We cannot wait. And the results of this game may prove to determine just how entertaining that next one is going to be, because an undermanned Tassie Jack Jumpers is never a team that you want to write off. And if the New Zealand Breakers can pull out a remarkable win here, there's a huge amount of pressure on them when it comes to that 6th spot.
Yeah, Cairns at home is always going to be tough. You don't quite know what you're going to get, but you got to figure they're not done winning. They're going to beat somebody. I feel like they got one more win left in them.
Well, let's have a look at the live ladder right now, which, of course, Melbourne leading by 2, so that would mean that they win this game. They just put a little bit more of a gap there with them and Perth, but if these scores switch, then we'll make sure to get the live ladder on that one as well, because the Breakers will just edge closer and closer. CG 43 under duress, doesn't matter, cashes it.
Man. No matter what his shooting percentage is, any given three can go down when CG is like in that kind of mood.
And sometimes the more contested, the better he is. Tarangi's hit a couple from the outside, can't answer back. And Parker Jackson Cartwright, a little too much contact.
In the backcourt, Nico. Backcourt. Thank you. Let's go.
Cam, we've seen this movie how many times? Another late game, close game by the Breakers. Can they get out of their own way? Can they get over the hump? How you feeling?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, fellas. This veteran team in United, I just recall the last 3 plays in succession. Chris Golding coming off that side just like that and getting a shot. Then his back screen for Jesse Edwards on the rim, and then that nice play, Finn Delaney lob to Jesse Edwards. This is a well-oiled, well-trained Melbourne United team that they live for these moments.
Welcome back. Shea Ili pushes it out to an 8-point lead. Danger signs for the Breakers.
After Jesse Edwards got his 8th offensive rebound, they just have the size advantages. Kareem.
Big answer for Kareem Lopez. Cuts the lead to 5. Rob Lowe looking to check back into the game. Another shooter on the floor.
Kareem gets the block. The youngsters just doing a little bit of everything.
Points on the night, a remarkable 8 of 9 from the field for Kareem Lopez. And you can't help but think the Breakers just haven't taken advantage of the Rob Lowe pick and pop. An air ball from the corner there. Oh, Brock.
Wait. I saw you. That's a flagrant.
That many times in an offensive, did an air ball.
Look at that. If you look at the shiner. If we can try to find another camera angle, it's a bit of contact there on the eye.
Correct.
So Kareem Lopez.
We got the first push, and on the way down, we got the left arm going around the neck. It's C2. It's an excessive contact. The whole
Getting word that might have happened to play before, and the Breakers teammates just...
Yeah. The ball is probably like foul 14, and we have 2 shots on Lopez. Yeah. Blue, 14.
We'll see on the replay that it was an accident. So, not that an accident can't still be upgraded.
We've seen that plenty of times.
But these free throws are huge. Kareem's 4 of 6 from the stripe so far.
What a finish to the year he's having. 22 points on the night so far, 8 of 9 from the field. Just the 1 turnover.
And that was Jesse Edwards' 3rd foul.
The officials just going to make sure there's no blood seeping from that eye. And unfortunately for the Breakers, he's going to have to check out of the game, Kareem Lopez. And just like that, the 8-point lead to Melbourne has been cut to 4 with a possession to come.
Yeah, just get a bit of Vaseline on there.
See the contact in here, and any time there's a hand coming down and contact to the face, you're going to see that flagrant, although it is quite unlucky. Bairstow gets it swatted away violently. Ili straight past Lowe will come up with the board.
It's a 5-on-4. Shea Ili's in the stands.
Off the foot of United.
Yeah, that was very ambitious of Sean Bairstow to try to challenge Jesse Edwards like that. And Shea just missed one he could have made.
And almost falls into the Prime Minister there. Almost caused an international incident.
Shea's a Kiwi. He would have got away with it.
That is true. Off on a technicality. BJC. Gets Walker out of his feet, can't convert, but you know who on the boards. Low from the top, front iron. And you just think that that would have been a massive shot in the context of this game. Golding in no rush up top, the double comes. Fights his way through, clear lane to the paint. Layup is off, Delaney. Front iron, a good defensive possession there.
Oh, and the leak out by the youngster.
And Lopez draws the contact, can't finish. He'll have a chance to cut the lead to 2.
Kareem back to the strike. They survived the offensive rebound.
Hey, what are you doing June 20 to July 19?
I don't know, but if the Harlem Globetrotters come to town, I might check them out.
Well, if you want to, you can scan that QR code right there. Laughs, fun, entertainment, the 100-year tour. I'll give you a hint. If you can do anything for 100 years and stay in business, you're usually doing a fairly good job of it. And that's exactly what the Harlem Globetrotters have been doing.
The Harlem Globetrotters business model clearly works.
Lopez. 23 points on the night. Make that 24. And more importantly, the lead cut to 2. Passes
Steal by the youngster.
Lopez. Can he get into the paint again? Scoops it under. What a finish. And he's getting into Finn Delaney as well. There is some fire between these two teams right now.
The full court fake. First he gets the steal. I'll have that. Crossover from half court. He took like one dribble from half court in the English on the roll. I like George Gervin. That's too old for you?
Well, you know what?
I like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I think it's too old for him. You've just snuck in there with me on that reference, but he may be a little too on the youthful side. What a run here for the Breakers, trailed by 8. Have now leveled it up at 90 apiece. Just tells the story of the game. It's been one punch after another. If this was a boxing fight, we'd be on the edge of our seats.
What a all-around good game Kareem has had. You got Sam Meninga out. You got Rob Baker the second out. Who's going to step up? The youngster says, I'll step up. I'll give you 26 points on 82% shooting. I'll give you 7 out of 10 free throws, 7 boards, 2 dimes, 2 blocks.
Jesse Edwards having himself a fantastic game against an undermanned front line. 23 points, 10 to 12 from the field. It's been a remarkably efficient shooting night for a lot of players throughout this game, but sits there with the 3 fouls at the moment. Probably nothing to worry about until, Damon, you get the 4.
I'm telling you, we're talking about all these people that's trying to make the 6th spot. Melbourne United is trying to avoid the play-in altogether.
Perth Wildcats just breathing down their neck. This would create a little bit of space. Golding. Scores locked at 90 apiece.
Oh,
far too easy.
Just when you think Chris wants to sell out and shoot a 3, he's got the ball handling skills to get on the rim.
Lopez has been the man in this 4th term. Gets easily through the paint and another finish.
He's a veteran, right? Is he in it? He's the audacity of an 18-year-old to play like this.
We showed the stats before about 18-year-olds that have had 20 and 10 games and won about 30 points. He sits on 28 at the moment. Rarefied air.
Charge.
And a great defensive possession here from the Breakers.
Is Kareem Lopez about to drop a 30-piece in front of some NBA dudes?
In front of the Prime Minister?
In front of Cam Glidden?
How to get yourself a passport 101.
3 rebounds away.
Let's go courtside to Cam Glidden.
Yeah, fellas, I mean, on the top of Kareem, like, I'm not someone that can pick out potential or anything like that, but it's very obvious to see this is a special player, man. I've been very lucky to be able to do this job and see him live in person. I think he's going to be one of those guys that you say, oh, I saw him way back when.
Come on, Kareem!
Down the open 3 to give it to the young star. Kareem Lopez, a coming-out party, 31 points on the night, and takes the lead, 95 to 92 for the Breakers.
Ay, caramba!
Can Melbourne United answer back? Golding.
Rebound, Kareem, for his...
This hits the backboard, and Shea Illy reaching in will be whistled for the foul, and he is going to walk the length of the court.
Good extra pass, Rob Lowe, to hit the youngster. 31 points, Felix. 8 rebounds.
Kareem Lopez with the Prime Minister in attendance. But more importantly for him, NBA scouts rose back 31 points, a career high. And what a performance. This is 31 points in the clutch, when the team has most needed it. This isn't a 20-point game against the Cairns Taipans when you're coming out getting a triple-double. This is doing it when there is proper basketball on the line.
They said
unfortunately, that one will go back to just a 2-point shot. What a performance. 30 points for Kareem Lopez, a chance here to go to 32. And more remarkably, 11 of 13 from the field. Converts the first.
He's an old soul, man.
Don't go early. Don't go early.
Nothing about this dude is like a teenager. This is a grown man game.
Connects on the second. Dean Vickerman set to earn his money here. The pass is tipped off by none other than Rob Lowe. And the Breakers in no rush. Lopez. Tarangi from the corner, the dagger. Can't convert. United with a chance. 4 points the margin. Delaney left wide open. Ooh. It's good.
What a hit by Finn Diesel.
And United don't have to foul here. They can let this play roll out. 7 seconds is the difference between shot and game clock. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Jackson Cartwright, 23 points to his name. Steps back.
Oh, here we go.
And here we go. Melbourne United with a chance to take the lead. Jesse Edwards get it slapped away. And Brockington will be fouled after the rebound, so he'll go to the line. Melbourne United will have another chance. And it looks like this will be reviewed for a clear path or an unsportsmanlike.
Did Isaiah Brockington get the block? Or did he just miss it? What happened?
Just, if we look at that, it looked to drew the contact on Rob Lowe, which wasn't a foul, and has just thrown the ball into the woodwork. And 2.8 seconds on the clock. A timeout in hand. Melbourne United will either have a 3 to tie or a chance to win, depending on these free throws. Brockington at the line.
Nothing but net. A 90% free throw shooter, Isaiah Brockington. You got to figure this is good as good. Dana called a timeout. Advance the ball and try to get a three-pointer off. This is in. What? Did he miss it on purpose?
The second, potentially on purpose. Doyle from half court. He potentially had a little bit more time on the clock there to take 1 or 2 more dribbles, but that is besides the point. What a win for the New Zealand Breakers, and what a night for one of the brightest stars in the NBL, Kareem Lopez. 32 points, 11 of 13 from the field. Remarkable. The new era in front of the old era on a night where Tom Abercrombie gets his jersey retired, a New Zealand basketball legend, the Prime Minister courtside, the Foot Locker player of the game. You cannot speak more highly of putting in a performance like that at a point in the year when New Zealand were desperate for a win, Damon Lowry, and now the hunt for 6th is well and truly alive.
Completely out of adjectives for this young man.
Well, you know what? We're going to cut to a break. I'll give you a time to just work some adjectives together, and we're going to wrap it all up on the other side of this.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Ándale, ándale, ándale. Karim Lopez and Fuego on his way to 32 points, a career high in front of the Prime Minister, NBA scouts, and even you, Damon Lowry, the most unimpressed man in history. You stood there after the game and you bowed.
I'm so impressed with this young man. He's fantastico, el magnifico, increíble. You name it, this young man is it. The NBA is about to get a young to up-and-coming superstar. We have been blessed to have him in the league.
What a performance, and we said it before, it's all good and well to do this late season when there's nothing on the line and you're playing the Taipans, but to do it in a game against Melbourne United, coming off 3 wins in a row, a full-strength Melbourne United, Shea Ely back in there, and you look at the reward right now. They can sniff the back of the ant. I have no idea what it smells like, but I can assume it's terrible.
It just got a whole lot tighter. Melbourne United, they're coming home for a couple games, I think, pretty soon. Wildcats are right there behind them. And the Jackies, this game against Cairns is going to be huge.
Well, that's what's going to be big. We are not far away. Joey Montagna is already just sneaking his way around the studio because the Jack Jumpers, they'd be watching this knowing that their main competitor, in my opinion, for that 6th spot is all up and about and smiles. But what does Jack McVeigh have to say about it?
Jack McVeigh got at least 35 reasons why you should tune in. He's going to go off for at least that tonight.
What a game coming up. We're at the pointy end of the season. Karim Lopez, the star tonight with 32 points. Parker Jackson-Cartwright was massive in the second turn to bring the Breakers back into that ball game.
Does Sam Meninka make it back for the playoffs if they were to get in? Or is he, you said he's done for the season, that's it?
I would say he's done for the total season. Jesse Edwards was a star, 23 points, 10 of 13 from the field for United, but it wasn't to be. They licked their wounds while the Breakers celebrate. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Jam TV, Jack Bennett at the helm for us tonight. Enjoy the next game.
So we'll see you back at the casino to celebrate 30 years with the Reef Casino Hotel.
Hungry Jack's fried chicken, saucy tenders, crispy, juicy, smothered in 3 delicious sauces. Come in, give it a miss. New saucy tenders, pure happiness. This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Warehouse.
Both of these teams are down the bottom of the ladder. Nobody wants to finish this season with the wooden spoon, like you said, so I'm expecting a real high-quality game of basketball.
Campbell, yes. Tiger Campbell fires up. Andrews.
He's really keeping him in this right now.
Andrews, 3 ball. He's up and down. Doing everything. Shot clock about to expire. Beautiful feed from Hamilton to find Bannon underneath. We can watch this all night long. McVeigh sees the double. Can he work his way out of this? Oh, how did he get back to drop?
Well, it is 2 teams coming off 3-game losing streaks, but the Cairns Taipans, well, they want to find some pride for their loyal fans and see if they give them something to celebrate late in the season. And despite being banged up, the Tassie Jack Jumpers, well, they still have the play-in fate in their hands if they can find a way to get a win tonight. There's a big hello and welcome to the Hungry Jacks NBL Pride Rounds. I'm here with
Derek Rucker, Pete Hawley. We take a look at the Mitsubishi Motors ladder, and Pete, after the result we just saw, there's just a little bit of added motivation on this one for Tassie.
And pressure. Look at the New Zealand Breakers. What a massive win over Melbourne United. And again, their percentage isn't as great as the Tasmania Jack Jumpers, and they've got the friendliest schedule, let's say, to end the regular season, but it would start with winning games they're supposed to win, Ruck, which would be this one.
Boy, look at Tassie's run home. New Zealand, Brisbane, both down in Hobart, so you'd think they have pretty good chances of getting one of those two games, but this is the one. They must keep the pressure on New Zealand after New Zealand's victory over Melbourne United. This is a massive basketball game.
Well, that's why, really, they've got their fate in their own hands, because these are games that they could be winning. We know they are banged up, Pete. We know they are missing Will Magnay and no Bryce Hamilton, but these are the four guys that are still good enough to get the job done.
Oh, they are super talented. We've seen a more aggressive Tiger Campbell, which is going to have to continue to be. Josh Bannon has been so consistent. He's going to have to hold down the fort. Nick Marshall, who's a candidate for most improved player, and David Johnson, well, it's just great to see him healthy and firing, but you're right. They're running out of bodies, but they've still got plenty of talent left.
Well, they are four, Derek, but there's one other man that you want to take a close look at tonight. You think his importance, particularly offensively, is going to be huge down the stretch.
That's right, Joey. That man right there on the screen, Majuk Dang. The 4-5 man comes back into the lineup after suffering a concussion a couple of rounds ago. And look, don't let those numbers right there fool you. This is a guy that can go double-double style in a big game. We know he loves a big moment, and offensively, he is going to be a key as the Jack Jumpers find scoring replacement for the loss of Bryce Hamilton.
Well, their opponents tonight, the Cairns Taipans, we know the season they have had, but we know the season this man has had. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He has been sensational all year long. He's put up terrific numbers. They're the games so far, the two against Tasmania this season. They've split it 1-1. They've both won one each, but Pete, it was the comments that he made at half-time in the game a few nights ago that really pricked the ears of a few and maybe just hinted to us a little bit of the frustration that he's feeling with his team's performance.
Jack McVeigh, that was going in. Lee can't tip it home. And Adam Ford is irate, and so is Jack McVeigh, because that was going in. Yeah, they're having a pity party at the other end of the floor. Meanwhile, Malik Lewis smashes in the triple. And Adam Ford is about to erupt. Jack McVeigh is going crazy at Marcus Lee, and they are having words. Wow.
He was saying down the other end, he goes, if you're going to do that, because he pointed down the defensive end, so if you're going to take 2 points away from the team on one end, then defensively, you can't just let someone shoot an open three.
Seconds tick away in this opening half. Foxwell heaves it up. Foul is called.
Adam Ford was losing it, and it wasn't the referee, I think it was the Marcus Lee. That hurts. That hurts big time.
I don't know if I'm ever happy at the moment. I want to get a win, and some dudes aren't coming to play right now, and that'll leave me pissed off, eh?
And you can see the frustration. Again, that's not frustration in the 1 or 2 plays there. That's the fact that they've been getting beaten by 30+ over and over when he's continued to have to step up, trying to play a lone hand, and the frustration is going to reach boiling point at some time because he's been terrific. And it's not about, they don't want Marcus Lee to have 30 and 20. They don't want other guys to have 20 and point, whatever it is. They just want everyone to fight and scrape and claw.
And we saw the Perth Wildcats effectively come back from their own drama. So I'm really keen to see how the Taipans handled this one. And this is a game, realistically, Pete, the Taipans should win it at home with their structure. With McVeigh playing well, they should handle the JJs.
Well, let's welcome in Ariana Prather, as always, courtside tonight. But Ariana, we believe there's a bit of late drama, some breaking news.
That's right. I would agree with D-Ruck that the Cairns Taipans should get an easy win at home over the Jack Jumpers. But I have just been told by head coach Adam Ford that Andrew Andrews will not only not be starting tonight, but he will not be playing at all tonight due to a failed fitness test. Now, I was not told